Hello guys.
So this is the easy copy and paste. If you don't understand this, you can call that a guide, but this is more like how can you find your spot. This is my spot for 6-1. If I ever want to go low cons, I do that.
I will show you from default BIOS to my BIOS. So basically we're gonna see frequency we saw on every YouTube video. Out of the box, 5.2 browser. So my base is pretty high already, even with JEDEC speed on the RAM. This is my result without GPU limitation.
I will try to go fast and slow at the same time in one shot, so it's gonna be ultra hard for me. So first, even before starting, you go into your BIOS, F7. Of course, this is Asus. If you don't have an Asus, guys, I'm sorry, maybe one day you'll have another board, MSI, Gigabyte. Okay, so board profile, no, we want to save. Okay, so before starting, you go like that, my BIOS, then you save. If something happen, you don't like it, you go here, load profile 1, and you are going back where you are now, okay? You do it, huh? You save, okay. After you can load optimized default, okay? First thing to do, because it's going back to default too much. So we go back on tool. I don't want, but if you want it, you can. But I disable my Asus software, okay? Disable. Other thing, we want trusted technology, right? And is putting that off, which disable TPM. So we want it enabled, you see. PTT, TPM, we want it on. USB configuration. This is only from preference. We are good. Okay, no more personal preference. Good. Now we're here, full default, okay? I can gain like a good 200 FPS, okay? Without going crazy on the voltage. But how we go crazy first? I want you to see and to understand the process, okay? No need to copy paste, just try to understand. So I remove default, of course. We put XMP tweak, this is the best for my RAM. 100 here, always. Disable. I don't touch, you will put it by default every time I change something here. For example, if I do that, and then I change here, look. You see? So first, change these two. Okay, I put directly 59 and 46, and then we can change. Okay, so here, removal limit 90, classical, best case. So XMP is not stable on my 790 4Hz. This is stable. If I don't touch anything and put XMP tweak, this is stable, okay? If I let it by default, this is not stable. So maybe you are in that case. Watch your memory, compatibility list of your board. My board says max is this for 14 gen, okay? But in reality, you can remove 200 or maybe sometimes you can remove 400 to be stable, okay? Without touching voltages. Of course, I can go higher than that, but I need to touch everything. Don't do that for now. So, okay, we good. Already we good here. We don't touch anything else, okay? GJ Plus, of course, we want level 6. I'm already at level 6. Who should be at level 3 by default? Level 6. Spectrum, we can disable it. But you can keep it enabled too. Don't really change anything, but yeah, bitter disable. This is good enable, but for people that don't have an MSI and maybe they'll try to do what I do, this is not mandatory, okay? We know the VRM is the real supply, but we need the SVD to be synced just to be logic. So we don't need the SSA max. This is my limits. If you leave it auto, you put like 300. This is this for limit, right? 66. This is enough for gaming, okay? Even 307 here is not for gaming, but just a little more room. We always want something here. Since I want to show you something, I will put the limit everyone says, this is the limit, bro. Above that is dangerous. This will cause a problem for my CPU, and I will show you why. That this will pose a problem, so I don't choose TVB for now. I will put everything disabled. So, how can you know that your CPU is not that bad. This is here. So of course I'm already at 6 just to show you how this thing can help you. We need to compare. So if we take that line and compare to another, it should be different. So the lower the voltage is, the better your CPU, okay? For me, 5.6 is 137, which is mid-low tier, right? If I compare to a 930, 900K, some are better, some are worse. I saw a 99 with 123 here, going to 6 at 141. So I know this CPU, just by comparing, can go to 6 or 114. And the voltage is scaling hard when you go high. This is the prediction for 5.9 here. But we will try to be under it. This is gonna be hard. So okay, we see that. We can go here in trickle paradise and touch nothing. I use the last test microcode, no problem. Here, for people that want to see the SP score. Anyway. So here, so this change, we adjust a little bit the voltages you're gonna see. You see, the more cooling you have, the lower the voltage will be. We can use that to cheat a little. You know that. Disable 49, 50, but we can go 50, 50. We don't need that. I never touch this one, never. This we can touch it, not for now, but we can touch it, I will show you. And this is okay. We can recap a little bit. Maybe it's too fast, maybe I'm not clear enough. So you see, pure classical till here. Maybe this is not classical, but best case for now. I will move 200 to be stable. Sync all core 59, sync all core 46, G plus level 6. No sync in the lines. Disable perform. This is default like that. Internal CPU, nothing crazy. Limit at 90. 400, 253, classical. I put a low limit. And we are okay. Nothing else to do. Then we go to advanced and CPU configuration. To explain a little bit here on the last test microcode, as you can see here, 12F. I don't use VM, don't use memory integrity, things like that. So I remove VMX, NVTD. Should be personal preference again, but put it disabled. This is great if you want add score in AIDA, like it's good for bandwidth and benchmark scores. But in gaming, you can test it on, you can test it off. It's more consistent off, okay? Maybe for you it's better on, put it like that. It's me, you can test other things. For gaming, I put hyperthreading off. The same, if I want to go for world records in Cinebench or I don't know, in TimeSpy, you need hyperthreading, right? If you are gaming, maybe I'm wrong. CPU power management. Remove chopper mode, remove these three, no need to end C-state. We want to keep C-state. We want to keep turbo mode, sorry. I like to put C0, if I remember correctly, 3500 minimum. I don't choose thermal monitor. Here, I don't need UMU, but if you're playing Faceit or I don't know, something that needs UMU, you need that enable, right? Here, and I don't know if you know that. It should be great. F10. So you need HW info. I will put full mode just to show you this line. We only care about this line. This is our AC and this is our DC. So 0.01 and 0.49. Best case scenario, level 6. Okay? Great. You can see we said to him go 59. He's not even going to 5.8. It's not really listening. Check our VCore 137 or SVID. Looks great. But we can see he's not listening. So, to show you the process. If you don't have an Asus board, you can't see that. The motherboard telling us, your config, try that. So you will try 143, right? But the problem is, we put a limit under it. So basically security or something, calculating, I can only go 5.6 if you put that limit with that configuration. So if we want to keep at all price that limit, since we have the lowest load line possible, we can't really play with the load line, okay? We need to play with SVID. Okay, so I will try. Maybe it's not even gonna work. We need, let's say, I remove 50, okay? 50 millivolt. Maybe now the voltage not gonna hit the limit. You just want to see on the desktop if we hit 5.9. Now you see we hit 5.9 because now the CPU requests and the vCore aren't trying to surpass the limit. I don't know if it's good English, but I think you understand. Now I'm far from the limit and now I can go 5.9. I know, looks great, but this is not stable. So a quick way to check your stability is this: full scan, scan, beam. This thing will BSOD if you are too low. If you are not that far, no BSOD, but the scan will stop itself, which indicate, okay, browser, you are not that far, but this is not great, I need more, okay? You see, it's stopping itself, will not be stable anywhere. So great, right? Magnifico. This thing will crash every time. Maybe 139 is stable, okay? So you can go like that to find where is my, lowest point of stability for that frequencies, okay? So I will try. I never do that, okay? Me, I put like 1.5 limit, okay? I don't care. And I go for the frequencies I want, okay? This is the same. And we will play with that. Now I should observe 137 on the vCore. So again, I write the same, HW4. So you see, even though the offset is going lower, it's not really stunning, right? Okay, so how can we go a little bit higher than that? Now we need to add manual load lines, okay? 0.1 on the ACLL should be around 30 millivolts. So based on that, if I go there, I'm like that, yeah? And I know if I do this should have 30 millivolt. I think it's gonna try above 1.4, but since we put a limit at 1.4, the vCore should be around 1.4, right? Under it. Always the same. Core. Okay, you see? We see now 1.4 and here around 1.4. So we are hitting the limit, okay? But he's happy like that. This should be better in terms of stability, but let's check it. Always the same. Full scan, we go here. Should be okay. If it's not okay, I'm still too low. Maybe this is too much of a delta. So it's crashing. Why? Because this is too low. Still trying, okay? For the drop, we can play with DC load line, but I don't want to play with DC load line. We are not gonna touch this value. Only this value. Still too low, so okay. We are at 5, okay? 0.05. Should be around 15 millivolt for me. vCore directly, this is the same. And my SVID maybe is looking higher, I don't know. Looks the same. And you see what's happening? This indicate, okay, now browser, your load line is too high. We surpassed the limit. So this is the snake thing its tail, right? We just try something like that. This is still safe zone. Don't be like Reddit. Now around 1.4. Okay, here same. Okay, the limit. This is sync. This is above this. Okay, you see. Now okay, I can go security scan because this is looking great. Always the same. We look the temp. We look our SVID and our vCore. The beginning is just counting files. But it is great to see the light loads vid, okay? So our light load vid is 139. And now you see our high loads vid is 132. It's dropping. But we don't really care about that. What we want is no crash. Okay, 132. It's dropping because most likely it's a little bit higher. And we are hitting another limit. So this configuration is perfect. If I want to lock at 5.9, you know what you do. You put 400 on the limit here. But here we don't want that. We want all D4 limit. We want to game, right? This is the goal here, okay? No benchmark score. So this is important. You want no any time here. If you see yes, you close the PC, bro. Still crash, okay? Still has crashed. You see, we are in a good way. The longer the scan goes, you know you're in a good way. I don't pass the 2-minute marks, you see? I crash. Because this is too low. I need more. I still need more. So we don't have enough. So it's easy. We had. For the sake of it, I will have. Otherwise it's gonna be really too long. vCore, the same. You know, if you observe good, you already know, no need to go in security. This is the same, this is gonna crash. And you go like that. And at the end, you know your CPU by heart. Your CPU, another CPU will be different, right? You want to know your CPU. So we go like that. I will find the stability point. Then I wrote it, okay, for 5.9, my stability point is 0.2, level 6, minus 10. This is great. Should be stable. 1.4 is the ID for that frag is okay. You can maybe try 6. The most important, the temp. If you're under 60, no problem. Even if you're at 60, 62, like this is the safe zone. So you see nothing crazy. I don't even have launch option. I don't even have nothing, no preference, nothing. If the game is not broken, I'm gonna have good performance. Yeah, I know this is too high. Okay, this is too high of V-core. This CPU gonna burn like that. Okay, but if you want 5.9 or above, this is the way. And 6.1 for me needs 145. It's cool on lower voltages, but your CPU maybe can't. So I will show you after performances. Okay, so now I will remove the negative bug and we look what happened. Let's say I remove that, okay? So you see, everything is the same. I remove the negative. You need that negative. And we adjust our load line, okay? But you put the negative. Hop, global, adaptive, 10 millivolt on negative. Sometimes I go like that. Sometimes 10 is too much. When I go really, really high, 10 should be great. Okay, now we know everything. So we go like 12 millivolts. Remove one, okay. We go on TVB. At some point we need and use those three, right? To be great like that. It's gonna be at 5A. We are way under 1.3, right? Under V-core 2. So this is my setup, right? My limit is 1.4, my ratio is 57, TVB plus 1, and how I end up. And at my stroke price, we are still okay, we are under my VID table. My VID table said 5.6 on 2 cores, 1 equals 137. And now we are at 5.8 on all. So yeah, 5 minutes, I'm stable.
As you can see now, everything is lower except the PS. Lower power consumption, lower temp, okay? Let's say from that configuration, with TVB, etc. Don't touch that. Let's say now we want more. We want to see 6. We don't really need to touch that, but of course we can go like 007. But we need higher limits. So let's say I will put it like that for now. We can go 1.5 of course. So this is 001 now. So it's by memory, but should be 25 like that. And of course we are still on 6, which is that. Okay, can leave it on auto. 0.25 higher limits, right? And nothing more really. More load line to be stable, higher limit to have enough voltage, right? It's mandatory for my CPU, maybe not for yours. So it's still super low. Can't even launch the game, right? So this is too low. This is too high for daily usage. But this is what I need if I want to go 6.1. Don't crash directly, right? Scary, okay, well, yes, but this is 6.1, right?
HW in for everything. I'm above 1200, right? Hope you get everything. It will be hard for you to understand, maybe. Anyway, that's it for now. See ya, guys.
I think they all overrated. I think they all are outdated. I'm independent, but they think that I'm sounding shady. Cause my jewelry look like I made it. Just got a house. I need a brand new Mercedes. We kicking nets like the baby. I'm on the grind. I link with the plugs that I met one more time if these labels don't pay me. Ugh.
I remember when I first told my father who I was dealing with. I told him I was dealing with Benny. He was like, Benny from Montana? He was like, be careful with that. It was like that block crazy, that's the H block.
I ran off the deep end, picked up my mama house, came back carrying things in. Be careful, cause they give you 5 for a robbery, but they burying kingpin.